listening to the podcast To Be Single or Not to Be by Shanna Montana, a podcast where we talk about the single life, dating, and relationships so you can make a decision at the end of each episode and decide to be single or not to be. That is the final question.
All right, so today's topic is narcissist, gaslighting, and manipulation. And I know that's a lot, but these people are a lot. And these people are worth us revisiting this topic from season 1 due to them still being on a constant rampage to ruin lives everywhere. And I feel it's not only a right, but our responsibility to keep the people informed. So if you've been listening to the podcast for some time, you'll know that we visited the topic of, I think, just narcissists in season 1. And I would say a lot in my life personally has happened from season 1 to season 3, where I've had encounters with, narcissists and gaslighters and all that stuff. And not just in romantic relationships, but in life and career and all that good stuff. And so I feel like, the context of today's conversation, of course, is going to be around relationships. But just know that I'm just giving a heads up that narcissists and all these crazy people can show up in a lot of different places outside of your love life. So that said, I wanted to bring in some guests who I know can help me navigate this conversation the best way possible. So up first, we have the one and only Bulli Carter. How have you been, young lady?
Ooh, pew, pew. I've been great. It's so good to be back.
Yes,
that's making it feel like 2019.
Yes, because we almost to 2021. We just gonna delete to 2020 like it never happened. Go right past it. So glad to have you back. And up next, we have one of my fellow podcasters, Miss Alyson of the Shades of Brown podcast. How has 2020 been treating you?
2020, it's been a year. Personally, though, I have to be honest, it's been a good year for me. I can't even lie to you. It's been a good year for me personally. Yeah, it's so good to talk to you again.
Yes, it's awesome. I'm glad it's been good to you. And I would say, I don't think since I started recording for season 3, I really said how 2020 has been, other than it kicked our ass a little bit. It did that. But, I was like, it had some peaks, some valleys, but I'm finishing on a strong note. So I think how strong I'm finishing, it kind of makes up for the moments I had that were not so great. So I cannot complain, or rather, I won't complain because it won't do nothing anyway.
Hello.
No. Yes. Hello, somebody. So that said, we are going to get right to it. And so I'm going to start out with the question I like to ask. I'm not really going to go too much into the definition of narcissism and stuff like that, because I think people should know what it is. But if they don't, they'll get a feel for it as we go through this conversation. But I want to ask you, ladies, do you all think that narcissism and gaslighting are at an all-time high right now in relationships? And why or why not? Because I think it is. It's just me.
Yeah.
I hesitation with the guest, like, who goes first? So Alyson, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say if it's at an all-time high, because I'm just now in the past couple of years coming to understand what a narcissist truly is and what gaslighting truly is. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to compare, from times past, because I haven't always been able to pinpoint it. But since I've come into the awareness of this mess, it is like it's all around. It's like it's like they're everywhere. They're everywhere, and I'm like, who raised y'all? Like, who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Yeah, who hurt you and who raised wolves? Absolutely.
Yes.
So I would agree with that. I would say, I think I learned what a narcissist was in the context of a person, like in a relationship, maybe around 2018, right before I started the podcast. Actually, that was one of my inspirations. I was like, I got to tell somebody about this shit. Like, I got to get the word out, So, spread the gospel. So it was like, in learning about it, you're right. It may not be at an all-time high, but it's like, once you have that awareness of it, you have a sensitivity to know, like, you're a narcissist.
Yes.
Let me get away from you. You can identify them everywhere, and you can move away quickly. So what would you say? You think they running crazy right now?
I mean, y'all culminated like what I was about to say. I was about to say, like, it's not at all-time high, it's all-time awareness. Like these past few years were one, of course, like just social media awareness. Because I feel like everything, just like police brutality, is been since the beginning of time.
Right.
But it's people, like you said, all time high. No,
it's just heightened awareness.
It's just heightened awareness. Like it's been this way the whole time. And maybe we're just like getting the vocabulary for some things. And like just getting like the words to say. Like, it's normal. Like, we're normalizing in conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's
like,
the
it's
vocabulary.
like, it's like in our daily vernacular, like every day. And so I think that makes us more aware, and it seems like it's more, just like when you get a car and now you see it all the time, but you never seen it at first. It's like one of those things. But
exactly.
I mean, Narcissist was like from Greek mythology, so these niggas have been around.
Right.
They've been around.
They not new.
They not new. It was named after a Greek person from BC. So
from forever ago. So that makes sense.
Been around.
It's like the awareness, because even with my friends, when we have conversations, or say you're in the middle of a conversation and somebody's telling me a story about a person, and I'm listening, I'm like, that person is a narcissist.
Paperback.
Yeah, like, did you know that? Like, do you realize that? Like, okay, so let's handle them accordingly, because you start the conversation in a very logical way. Like, I think we can handle it like this. And then once we identify as a narcissist, no, we got to handle them a whole other way. Or we may not have to handle them at all,
Hello,
so I'm going to ask you all. That's it. You release them into that. That's real quick.
I love that you said that, though, about like, identifying it, and her saying, about the whole having the vocabulary for it. Because the thing about it is, once you have the language for something, you can like you can diagnose that thing, and then operate accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so it's like having languages for our experiences. It's so important, because it's like we're not tripping. Like, this is a thing, and we can deal with it as this particular thing.
Like a prescription, we could deal with it as needed.
Direct.
Yes.
What it is.
Yes, this is what I know to be true. This is my truth, and this is how I'm going to move. So I want to ask, this may even be a rhetorical question, because I'm sure y'all have dealt with it, but have you all dealt with narcissistic behavior before in your relationships? And I'm more so, if you did, if the answer is yes, how did you escape it? Hopefully you're not still in it right now. Nobody's in it right now, but I'll start with you, Alyson. Have you ever dealt with that in a relationship?
Yes. I've dealt with it both in romantic relationships as well as platonic and familial relationships.
Oh, yeah.
And my perspective, my perspective, though, because I have not dealt with it in a romantic way in some years, my freshest perspective is that of my platonic relationships, and they can be just as detrimental. Especially when they're really, really close. This is your tribe. This is your circle. These your people. And just in recent, I'm thankfully, on the other side of it now, but just in recent months, I was, coming into the awareness of like, oh, snap, I've been missing the signs. Like, wait, you are a textbook narcissist. Like, the gaslighting is there, the manipulation is there, the woe is me, feel bad for me so you don't leave type of behavior is there, all of it, and it is absolute trash, utter garbage.
It's trash.
Absolute trash.
Yeah.
So how would you say with those, because platonic relationships, I think sometimes we may struggle with those the most, because that could be a friend you've had for 20 years, and somebody, that you've identified now that we have the vocabulary, we have the awareness, how did you navigate that? Did you try to fight through it? Are you still friends with that person? What was the outcome of you discovering this and then having to deal with it?
Yeah. So there was a final straw that happened for me recently. And for me, it wasn't about, throwing the person away because of our, history, and there are so many years there. For me, it was just a matter of choosing self-love, putting in boundaries, and in certain conversations where I would used to try to defend myself or try to make them understand my perspective and make them understand the truth. Now it's a matter of understanding they're not going to change. Number one, I can't change them, but I can change me. I can change how I respond to them. So these conversations are going to be limited. I can change what I say in these limited conversations. And and sometimes it's as simple as, I hear what you're saying, but that's not my experience. And we,
come on, y'all.
We remember things a little bit differently, so I'm going to choose to stand firm on my truth, regardless of how you feel about that. And sometimes it's even a matter of saying, you know what, I'm stepping away from this conversation. I'm leaving this conversation because it's not productive anymore. You believe what you believe, and you're trying to manipulate me into believing what you believe, but I'm not falling for it anymore. So how about we just end the conversation and choose to talk about something? Let's have some small talk. How's the weather where you are? How about that? How is your
Let's
mom?
divert it.
How is your mom doing?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to do it anymore. So for me, it was just it's how I've been navigating all of these kinds of situations, especially the ones that aren't romantic, but they are more, you know, close related people, whether it's family or something. I'm like, I can keep that person in my life, but I can keep them there at a distance. And because when we welcome that, we're welcoming abuse. We have to call it what it is.
Yeah.
It is emotional abuse, and it's not okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I have to completely like put a boundary there, and also learning that, like, listen, I make room for people to change, but I don't expect them to. But if I do see some, see some change behavior, I can then, you know, adjust my boundaries and, you know, maybe, you know, have some open arms later on. But as for now, as for me and my house, we gonna keep a distance.
Yeah. For me and my house, we gonna serve myself.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
As far as the math equation is now,
it's
equaling up to hell no.
Yes.
So I love that. So how have you dealt with that in your relationships?
Well, listening to Alyson speaking, it made me think about the fact that my friends, I've got some really good friends. I've really not experienced that.
Me
at
too,
all.
fortunately.
Friends.
I'm
now associates, some people that's, you know, auditioning to be my friends. Yeah. They didn't get a call back. They didn't get a call back. But I definitely see it most in my life from romantic and familial relationships.
Yep.
Definitely like immediately in the family. Like that's probably my first example.
Yeah.
And then often in a relation, a lot of times, more than once in a romantic relationship, but associates, I mount most of the majority of that to cancers though. Because the cancers, I just feel
the sign.
Alyson,
like, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra, so I'm not offended.
Okay. All of the narcissists in my life that have the best examples are cancers.
Really?
It's crazy. But I still fuck with them. I mean, because I'm a Taurus, so we supposed to be together. Yeah. So but they're more they're associates and family.
Okay.
And romantic relationships, but I've still seen it a lot more just because that first narcissistic romantic relationship was such an experience. I call him, he's never my boyfriend, but I call him my ex because it was an experience.
Oh, yeah.
It was an experience. Literally.
Oh, God.
I love it.
I would literally never give him his flowers because I would not be who I am if I didn't go through that. That is put me on okay, this is what this is. Okay. Wow, it didn't get crazy. Right. For real, wow. And it was almost like a train wreck, you couldn't stop watching.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
wow. Like a Madea movie.
Like a month in, I knew it was there for scientific purposes.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in this shit just to find out all the information I can because this is wild.
Yeah.
I need to know everything I need to know about this and where I got tricked up because this actually happened recently. I met another narcissist that I painted it like that to where when a different looking narcissist and gaslighter came around, that was, charming, nothing like this other person.
Yeah.
It didn't click as fast.
Yeah. Because sometimes they'll show up packaged differently. Yeah. And a few months in, you'll see, well, damn, I'm dating the same person I just was.
Yeah.
It's nice. It was just in different things that, I didn't like about the first person. They were that.
Yeah,
they were the good stuff of that. I was so they was painted in a different outfit, but the character was the same.
Yeah.
Just a different name. Same storyline. Same character.
Same script, different cast.
And I'm like, he's not as crazy, but
definitely
a gaslighter, definitely a narcissist, definitely
a manipulator.
Very, very much so. I don't know. It's just one of them self-sabotaging manipulators.
Yeah.
Like she said, woe is me, and those are
the kinds. I'm telling you, these people, and that's what y'all have to know. They show up. And a lot of times, in my experience, I dealt with one person and he had all the textbook things going on and I stopped dealing with him. And then somebody showed up and in the beginning, they appeared to have all the things that I was missing in the guy before. But say if it was a list of 10 things that a narcissist is composed of. Okay, so they met the first 4. It's like, okay, you don't have those things. But when I got down further on the list, oh, you got the stuff on the back end. So that's what it is. Just feel that. I just didn't see it up front.
Right.
And then when I compare apples and oranges, I literally literally, in my experience, it was like 3 people in a row that I dealt with. So it clicked. Yeah. Like, you are dating the same person. Like, back up. Yes, like, leave it alone. So for me, I mean, being able to come out on the other side of that and now know how to navigate it is, I would say the way I quote unquote escaped, like I asked earlier. I started, for me, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a researcher. I was doing a lot of Google searches. I was looking. I need to be able to define a person. Like, once I can define you, I can put you in a box and I can know, like, that's who you are. Like, you know, exactly. Like, people in my life, I know, like, okay, he's an asshole. So he comes around and he acts that way. Like, that's who he is. That could be one of my friends. Like, that's just who he is. I know that, so I put you in that box. I don't expect nothing more, nothing less. Right. So once I was able to define these people and put them in that box, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not me. It actually is you. Right. And I can put you there. And then that helped, for me, it helped me to be able to, like, detach all my feelings and my thoughts and everything from that person and just know that, okay, you know, it's like, I think about the movie I saw recently, Demolition Man, when they hit him with the little stick and they turned into some ice. Like, you just frozen in time in my life. Like, that happened in 2019. We gonna leave you there forever, and life goes on. So I'm able to. Song named Demolition, and it was about this crazy cancer. Such a narcissistic. Look, see how it all comes full circle. Dang. So, but I guess my escape mechanism or my coping mechanism for narcissists is to be able to compartmentalize them. If I can put them in the compartment of a narcissist, then I know I can move on from that. So I want to ask, is something I think that is super important to discuss this time around is the fact that if you are dealing with a narcissist, and I think we have, all 3 of us have established this, you cannot change them. You have to just accept that there are a few baseline truths about them. So I want to talk about some of these identifiers and how you can navigate them if you so choose to. Because some people gonna still think, unfortunately, it was a red table talk too. I don't know if y'all saw it on narcissists. And what the therapist said was that basically almost like narcissism for people starts as like a kid. And they grow up and they become this adult narcissist. Does it nobody check it? Yeah, nobody did. Or the parents ingrained in them, or they had narcissistic parents. There's a lot of variables that can go into it. But the biggest thing I took from her, she was like, you cannot change these people. Like, she was like this world-renowned therapist. And on a scale of 1 to 10, she's like, people come into my office, and if 10 is success, 1 is not. Most times, regular people, I can get you to an 8.5, maybe even a 9. Or narcissist, she was like maybe a 2, a 3. Like the level that if a professional psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever cannot change this person, I for damn sure know that my regular smuggler degular ass can't change you. So a mere me. A mere me. So that said, we are going to go through a couple of topics and kind of just share our thoughts on these identifiers. And I just want to again give the disclaimer that you cannot change these people if you're listening. If you're running into a narcissist or a gaslighter or a manipulator, you can't change it, mainly the narcissist. So we're going to start out with this one. Narcissist. Ego is everything to a narcissist. I feel like narcissists feel like they are the most important person in the room at all times. They think they're very special. At all times. At all times. And the way that shows up in a relationship, I feel like you never really feel important. What you have going on is never important. You know, I've dealt with people that say if we didn't have a disagreement and we out, and you know, say we slide over to the left, we might even step into the bathroom. It's us in there. You feel like the person that just walked in, oh, she know my business, you know, because she just walked in. That woman does not know you. She does not care about you. She has nothing to benefit. So what do y'all think? What role do y'all feel like the ego plays with a narcissist? I feel like it's the worst with the narcissist.
Yeah, I think that I came across this post that like listed a couple of red flags when interacting with these kind of people. And one of them is like, you know, most of your interactions with them leave you feeling small or ashamed. And I think that speaks to what you're saying. It's like, you know, what I got going on isn't important. It's all about you. And to the point where even if you try to highlight something, even if it's small, you know, like this happened at work today, they've got to outshine or somehow belittle what you got going on, minimize it, dismiss it. So I think that speaks to the ego. Absolutely. I do want to say this though, because though this type of behavior is super abusive, The ego typically shows up when you're trying to defend yourself. The ego is just a defense mechanism.
Right.
And typically these people, like you said, with their childhood, typically these people have trauma in their childhood that was never healed. Maybe they were neglected or rejected or unloved, and it shows up in their adulthood this way. So I do want to say that, because I think it's important that though we can't change them, I think it's important for people to know that that they can change themselves. You know what I'm saying?
If they so desire
if they so desire to seek wholeness,
But how many narcissists really want to change?
Because the whole key is you're a narcissist.
Yeah, that's like, how can I change? Why do I want to change me? I'm perfect.
Child.
I got it.
I don't need to go to therapy. I don't need. It's you. It's not me. So that's the thing. What you said is so key. Yeah, it's. How can I change? I'm a narcissist. It's about me. But what you also said was that, what did you just point out? Oh, the thing about making you feel small and ashamed and minimizing everything.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a gaslighter for sure.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Textbook gaslighter.
Yeah, like nothing is important, no matter what. I just accomplished this big feat. Oh, I did that last year.
Yeah.
I really,
yeah.
Right. They move around. So that's super important for us to recognize that. But yeah, narcissists, they cannot change unless they want to. And ultimately they don't want to change because they don't think that they need to change, because that is in the core of who they are. So that leads me to this, because narcissists absolutely have a certain feeling about themselves. So Bulli, I'm gonna start with you on this one. I feel like feelings are facts to a narcissist. Sure. And what I mean by that is, like, if they don't feel good, you don't either. If they feel like you did something wrong, you did it wrong. If they feel like you making them feel a certain kind of way, that's what's happening. It's like, it's no gray area with them if their feelings are involved. What do you think about that?
That's a deep question. I feel like I'm going to serve as Cliff Notes.
Okay.
Phrases of how you can identify these people. Because that whole time y'all was just talking, I was like, these people always think that they are extremely different.
Oh yeah.
Like, they love to be like, I'm different, I'm special.
Oh.
I'm like they really think there's nobody like me, and everybody is unique,
but not.
They're like, yes, I definitely know, like, there's not somebody like, but I also know there probably is. I just I'm never going to cross
that
them.
person, right?
Right. Like, they're like in the different part of the world,
right? Like I'm unique, but I'm not that
like me,
yeah,
like,
somewhere, yeah.
You just not gonna meet them.
Yeah. You're right.
But like, there's like narcissists, like they really are like the ones who really think they're different,
one
like
of a kind.
Really,
Literally one of a
kind. And you are special. I believe in God, so you're special, but not that special. Like, not that special. But like, and that's like that's how you can almost get that red flag immediately. But the gray area question, it's a deep question, because me as a person, so like, I know when people hear this, they'll be like, wait, because that's you. And they're gonna be like, you a narcissist. I'm very black and white.
Okay, me too.
I'm very black and white. Like, I take a lot of time to make sure when I speak it is fact. So yes, when I speak, I'm saying, yes, my opinion is a fact. Yeah. But it's because I took a lot of time to make sure.
But on the other side, that's fair, because I think that even if I'm in a situation with a person, I always tell people, just because I feel a certain kind of way or I come to you with something, I can't tell you how to react or how to feel about it. Right. And so I more so feel like with a narcissist, feelings are facts, that if we are in a situation that, say, you're upset and I'm not, just because I think you shouldn't be upset does not mean that your feelings are unwarranted. Right. And so in that sense, my experience with narcissism has been that if I'm upset and you don't think I should be upset, or I react in a way where you don't think I should react that way, it's not valid. Because
no, absolutely no, that is definitely like,
and I've dealt with that.
So many flashbacks,
and that's gaslighting also, because you're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me that you did something that I didn't like and I shouldn't be upset. Yeah, you can't tell me how to feel. You don't. That's like when I tell people, they say stuff to me like, I don't really remember that, but I'm like, but that don't mean it didn't happen just because I don't remember it.
And I mean, that's why, like, a lot of, because like how she was talking about, like, there's some trauma to make them that way. Yes. And it goes back to the simple cliche, hurt people, because there's like, because it's always a reason. There's always a why. Yeah. But that's also trauma to the victim of it, because that's why a lot of people don't speak about a lot of things, or a lot of things that happen, because it's a manipulation technique. But no, absolutely. They are very much, and again, that is such a big sign, like how they minimize your feelings
and how they handle your feelings,
or they feel like you should be like. I remember this just recently. There was this person who was just, they would get mad. I'm not necessarily be the same type of mad, but I understood why they was mad. Like I got it, and I would listen. I'm like, okay, you know, like it's valid. Yeah, and then, you have a right to feel how you feel. Yeah, and they like did some real fucked up shit. Yeah. And I wasn't ready. Like, I'm not about to fucking talk to you about it. Like, they was clearly wrong. Like, I clearly should have been upset. Crystal clear. Yeah, like clearly wrong. And when they finally said, "Well, I want to talk about it," okay, I'm gonna listen. They expected me to talk. Yeah. Like, not you wrong. I'm gonna just listen. Like, what you got to say? What you want me to say? I'm not about to. Well, I can't talk to you when you like this. When I'm silent and listening, like when I'm listening, you can't talk to me. Well, you gonna have some. You did some fucked up shit. There ain't really nothing for me to say. Right. I'm listening. All I can do is listen. And like, got so irate, so mad. Yeah. That I felt like I should. Like, I shouldn't be mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, that narcissist energy jumping over to people. When they do something wrong, you try to be silent and listen. By the end of it, you start thinking, well, damn, am I tripping? Yeah, they can't gaslight me. That's like, but that's from experience. Like, now, because it does go hand in hand. Yeah. Like, once that person does that, it does, gaslighting happens. Yeah. And what, like, gaslighting is happening whether you affected or not. Yeah. It happens. Definitely. So, like, luckily, I'm not that, but you still, like, people listening should definitely make sure that they realize, because I remember when I turned it back around, I was like, I understand this, and maybe, and I was like, you know what, I wouldn't be completely honest if I didn't say this about myself. And he's like, well, I didn't need convincing. I already knew. You have to tell me I was right. You know, like, it was very, like, narcissistic, like, you, like, in, like that person, like, in, again, like, different packages. I didn't catch it at first. Yeah. But, like, this type of person was just like, I usually don't talk to people because I already know what they're going to say. A stranger? You know? To a narcissist, feelings are facts. I felt like I knew what you was going to have to say, so I've come up with all of them in my head. I figured out everything. So you that's so Raven. And you out here like, you got it. It's the psychic for me. Yeah. Like that, and I mean, and it was very similar to the other ones. They were very similar, but it just looked so different. It took me a second, and I'm like, these are the types of things that they do. Well, I already know. Yeah. And And it's crazy because I am one of those people who do already know. I'm just not gonna tell you. Yeah. Like, I know you not the one. I know that. I know you about to fuck up shit. I do. And I may say that, like, we probably not. But, you know, I'm trying to get better with my life because I can't tell where the power is. If I'm manifesting these things, or if God is communicating, so I only knew because God was communicating. Yeah, so I don't know. Figure out the balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I be trying to, like, not do that. But again, that's humble of me. Yeah. Like, to think I could be wrong, so let me do something different because I'm probably wrong. Yeah. But then I be right. And so, like, people, so them, like, narcissists hate it. Yeah. They think I'm very self-righteous because I'm like, but I am right. Yeah. Because it happened. You did it. But they still can't perceive it. No. They can't perceive the truth. They can't receive it. And that leads me to this point. They can't receive the truth. They can't. And narcissists also, you're talking about the truth and what's reality and what's not. To narcissists, I feel like amnesia is life. It's the amnesia for me. Like, did you forget? Yeah, right. So it, like, what this looks like is like this tango where you're like, it's like, imagine doing a tango where you're dancing alone. And if, you know, they don't feel like it's going to benefit them, then they won't remember it. It goes back to that being dismissive stuff, you know. Yep. Well, Alyson, have you had experience with that? With like a narcissist that just, you know, I forgot everything.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, absolutely.
Yes, it's so common.
And this is where that whole thing about well, dang, am I tripping? Because I remember, and it's like, was I dreaming that? Like literally, like was that a dream or was that reality? And this is why it's so important to separate yourself because they will make you feel like you are going insane.
Oh yeah.
And I have to say this about the whole feelings part too, real quick. I'm reading this book called Relational Intelligence, which I would recommend to literally everybody on the planet by Darius Daniels. Okay. And he said this. He said, "Feelings are real. Yeah. That does not mean feelings are right." And I think that is so important to distinguish because it's like we can hold space for your feelings; they're valid. But that don't mean you right, fam. You know,
right.
And I can have feelings about the same situation, yet they're on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. So this whole amnesia thing, it affects how we feel about certain things. Like they will literally forget conversations, events, how those events played out, and it's like, oh no, I have the right to feel this way and to say these things because of what happened. It's like, oh yeah, I don't remember that happening that way. Well, you know, it okay. Well,
it did.
It did. I don't know what to tell you. It did.
Yeah,
it did. Absolutely.
And that's crazy because look, you talking about flashbacks. I'm definitely sitting here having in the midst of dealing with a narcissist, like thinking like it was so many times we had conversations and like this person was telling me that either like I did something or said something or that they didn't do something. I'm like, were we at the same place?
But and I've seen it happen fast. Like I'm like, this just happened. I said I'm going to be late. Something generic. I'm going to be late. So. And then immediately, so you're telling me that you never want to see me again. Like, what?
What?
Quick. Like, that's literally not what I said. But that is what I literally did not say that. It's text message.
Yeah.
Read it. Read it.
Here.
And
this is so triggering.
I'm very triggered. Like, and I'm saying familial. I mean, I've just seen, and I've also seen it with other people. Thank God I've never been in a physically abusive relationship, but I do know people who have physically abused their spouse or whatever, and they is part of their problem. They forget. They literally forget, and it's a blackout. Like it really is. And I'm not saying it's like, of course, me like, man, fuck you, I'm gonna make you remember. Of course, that's a me.
Yeah,
but like they actually, but it's still true. They actually forget, and that's like a trauma response. So whatever they did, whatever happened before they became this adult and stayed this way, they probably didn't black it out, and so they learned to black it out. They learned to black out other things, and so they take on, and you know, because they'll remember the trauma, so they'll remember just enough not to be that person. They'll remember just enough to not be that person, but be that person every other way, but not be like not. Them, and so that's also what like creates the delusion in their head, is because they have made, just like I said, this is particularly what this is. So if I don't do this like that person, I'm nothing like that person. But in fact, you're exactly
like that person.
Like you picked up the other things, and so that paints that delusion, and it's a trauma response to black out like the things that they did. And I've seen it. I'm like you literally hit that person. No, I did.
I
what? Like what? Like what? Like
you didn't?
Yeah. And then like that's why you really, like she said, like you gotta protect your sanity. Like you gotta know what's real and reality coming ahead, and that's also for yourself. Because like something I said earlier, I'm like, I've developed myself. I wasn't always like this, but I developed myself to say things like, even when I'm in the moment, when I'm upset, certain things I know this isn't true, but this is how I feel, and I feel like you don't really fuck with me, and I could be saying this like a friend, like a girlfriend, like, you know, I feel like we ain't really friends, but I know this isn't true,
right? But
that's just how I feel right now.
And
like I say that out loud because like you have to actively distinguish reality. You have to actively be stay in reality, even when like you got to know when things are happening. That's why it's so important to know yourself and learn yourself and being aware, because the narcissists and these gaslights, they're not aware. Real thing that you have to also understand, what I'm saying that is that narcissists are not academically dumb.
Not at all. Not at all.
None of them are academic. So don't get tricked by the fact that these people are actually smart. Yes, they are academically smart. They are scholars. Intelligent. Like very intelligent people. Like they worked hard for their mind, and they're smart. They're not like with most mental illness. Most people are smart. Most people with mental illness, no matter what outcome, are very smart. And so, and then I mean, even depression, like it don't matter what it is. Like if your mind hurts, that means your mind is over. You're smart.
It's working.
Like you're smart.
Absolutely.
So these narcissist people, they're very intelligent. They're very that's how they can get you, because they can speak, because they speak usually academically, usually intelligently, even when they're saying some straight up bullshit. You know,
they just try to make it come across real elegant.
They're like real elegant, like good, like because they are smart. Like so, you again. That's why it takes so much for you to know who you are, like for you to study yourself. Because that is manipulation right there.
Absolutely,
they prey on it. Like, and if you are somebody who's smart, you're usually intimidating to them. Because they are.
It's like a little bit. It may be able to get to you, but it's a little bit harder. And I think that this goes into something I think about. with narcissists, I feel like silence is communication for them. Like they'll ghost you for a day or two, and then they'll come back. Like I dealt with somebody that not necessarily maybe ghosted me, but wouldn't really communicate with me or have something happen for a day or two, and then would pop back up like, "What's up, Shayna?" Like, what? What? Like you?
I ain't forgot.
Right?
I ain't forgot.
Like you really just gonna act like that? Like Alyson, have you had any experience with that? With dealing with the silence of a narcissist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's and y'all, this conversation is so triggering. Jesus.
It is. That's
right. Absolutely. And it's like, I understand, there are going to be moments where you may need a day or two to, regroup, get your mind right, all those things. But there comes a point where you're just being disrespectful and you're trying to prove a point and you're trying to trigger some certain emotions out of me. Absolutely. And that is when you cross over into abuse. And it's like, this is not okay. Period. Yep. It's not okay. And I'm somebody who likes to confront issues head on. Like, okay, what's the thing? What's going on? Yep. I give you can get a moment to process, but let's go ahead and figure this thing out.
We got to figure it out. You're not going to drag it out.
We're not going to drag it out. But when people intentionally drag things out, they're doing it on purpose and they're doing it to hurt you. So I for sure have had this experience, and I, at this point, and it's actually the same person. I'm like, we're just not, our relationship and the dynamics of it have to change because I can't continue allowing this in my space. And one, that I have to say about the amnesia part too, is that one thing that I've put in place, it's something simple, especially when you're dealing with somebody who you can't necessarily get rid of, like a parent or, sibling or whatever. Yeah. Get everything in writing. Text all your conversations. Text everything. Because I had a recent situation. Listen, I had a recent situation where I'm like y'all said, were we not at the same place? Like, did we not discuss this already? And I realized that the text that I sent it over voice instead of written. And I didn't keep the audio thing. I'm like, you know what? Never again. It's gonna be in doggone writing.
Yep. Never. Because you cannot manipulate my words.
Listen, absolutely. So I've absolutely dealt with amnesia and these folks. What did you just say? The part about the silence. Yeah. Amnesia and silence. Yeah. It's a hot mess.
Oh, we hold it in general. We hold it in general.
Because I think like you said, it's fine. We all may need a day to decompress, a day to ourselves. That's fine, but communicate. I feel like in a partnership, if I'm with you and you feel like, okay, baby, I'm going to take Monday, I just want to do some self-care, whatever it is, just tell me that so that when I call you not answering, one, something could have happened to you. I'd be worried about you. But two, just so I won't worry you. If you tell me what you're doing, you will not hear from me. Call me when you're ready.
Just check in. Not that hard.
But you want to go and take a day for yourself and come back and act like, why you call me so much? I was hoping you wasn't dead.
I was hoping you wasn't dead.
Right.
But maybe never mind.
Right.
Never mind.
Take that back.
And that's the thing. It's like they'll make you feel like what you're doing as a decent person with a caring, genuine heart, checking in on them. They will flip it and act as if you are needy and you are clingy and all these things. It's like
you that much.
Right.
It's like relax. I actually am just a decent human being.
Yes. That's what it's about. And that's it. So I want to say this. Right. Let's make it general.
Love. It's just love. Like, damn, you hurt, ain't it?
Right. Not always about you.
Yeah.
Now, since we are talking about like silence, let's talk about how silence, I think may be your best friend when it comes to someone who is a gaslighter, and to let people know, because I've had people say, what is a gaslighter? Gas is a term that refers to trying to convince someone that they are wrong about something, even when they are not. So a liar, y'all remember the song, the Shaggy song? It wasn't me. He did a whole song on being a gaslighter.
Right.
She saw you. That's what it was. So how have y'all dealt with this in relationships? Because in my experience, the gaslighting went hand in hand with the narcissist.
Absolutely.
It's like I had the torch on one hand of the gaslighter and the torch on the other hand as the narcissist. And they both was firing my ass up. So that's what that looked like.
I mean, it's just... It's really, when you really encounter these people, it's really comical. It really is, because the only thing you really be wrong about is for dealing with it. And so that dude, so their techniques work at the end. Yeah. You know what? You was fucking right. I should have dealt with your ass. So they do. So they like master gaslighter narcissists because they do prove a point when it's all said and done. Yes, they're right.
All along.
Like all along. Like I shouldn't have ever. You got like I said, it was about you, and I should have never dealt with you ever. Like, at all. But no, like it is a nice way of saying lying. Like they just again going back to what you saying, like their feelings of fact. They believe if they say something long enough because their mind is wired different. They believe in a different way to survive, I guess, at first. And now like it's just function that way. Yeah. And they believe if they say it enough, or they actually believe if they believe it, it's the truth. Yeah. And like they really are. And to an extent, I wish I had the belief that they had, like the strength, like the potency. I don't want to believe like them, but I wish I had the
strength to believe and apply it in other positive ways.
Right, because like they also could be great manifestors. They could turn that manipulation into manifestation. Right. They actually could because they believe the unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they really be convinced, like, sir.
Look, I believe the unbelievable. That's exactly what it is.
They believe the unbelievable.
Because Alyson, I know that you are going to have to leave from us a little bit early. I do want to ask you this question before you go. Dang. Why do you think, in your opinion, why are gaslighters so bad in relationships other than being lighters? Like, what makes them so dangerous?
What makes them dangerous is their ability to change our own perception of self. Because then you start questioning your identity, your security, right? And the thing about when it comes to relationships, these kind of people are so good about making us feel like we're needy or whatever. But the truth is, women need security. We just like men need respect and honor. Yeah, we need security. So when you start messing with my foundation, then you're going to produce insecurity. That's just a fact. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I am that doesn't speak to me that I'm insecure, but you are messing with my security. So that is problematic.
And that's a core thing in a relationship. I gotta feel secure in order to
I've got to feel secure.
Yeah.
I've got to feel secure.
Not answering the question.
Right.
Yes.
I gotta feel secure.
Yeah. I gotta feel secure. And yes, like you said, I do have to step out a little bit early, but I want to say this to women who are in relationships with narcissists. And maybe men too. I don't have a lot of expertise behind like in that area. I typically don't see it, where the man is being manipulated extremely, but I'm sure it's a thing, but my observation and perspective is that of a woman being the one who is being manipulated and gaslighted. One thing that I've noticed about men, and this was spoken to earlier in the episode, is about this whole thing. They're unique and special. I have noticed in textbook narcissists that they don't have a lot of male friends. They may surround themselves with a bunch of women. They have female friends or whatever, or they're more of a loner. That is a red flag. It's a red flag. Yep. Like why can't you trust your own people? If you're a man, why can't you trust other men? If you're a woman, why can't you trust other women?
They don't want any accountability.
Like they don't want. Like I don't like girls. Why can't your own trust you?
Yes, that is a red flag. Yes, if you don't like your own people, that is a huge red flag. Where your friend and I have called people out like where are your friends at? Like who do you hang around and who knows?
Or who do you talk to talk you off the ledge? And who holds you accountable?
Yes, that's the problem.
Your white friends who just refuse to hang out with white people. Them too. No, I'm saying it come in different ways.
It's something else.
Yes, it's a red flag.
Men, it's like you don't want that. You don't want that brotherly accountability.
Exactly. You're not special. You're not special. You're not special, boo. You're not special.
You're not that special.
You got some issues. So that's a huge red flag, and I just need to put that out there. Like where your people at? Who your circle? Where your tribe at? Where your tribe at? Yes.
So tell us, what is that book you mentioned that you said everybody should read?
It's called Relational Intelligence by Dr. Darius Daniels, and I think it's super critical because it allows you to look at the 4 different categories of relationship. And this is more so towards platonic and familial. It's more so about friends versus associates versus assignments versus advisors. And I think it's really critical to understand who's who in your life so you can see it will make it so clear to you while you're reading. And she spoke to this earlier about like, you know, you may not have friends who have dealt with this with you, but maybe some associates who are auditioning. And what I had to realize, that I've been calling these people friends, and they're actually not friends.
Nah.
So yeah, I would suggest it for anybody to read. Relational.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll say that we want to thank you so much for coming on to the show. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to have you. You continue shining, doing your thing on and offline, and know that your opinion is always valued and appreciated. And since Alyson is going, yes, no problem. We will be right back with part 2 of this conversation. All right, so we are back to continue this part of the conversation in regards to gaslighting. So, Bulli, I want to ask you, you know, do you think there's ever a time when like someone does not know that they are a gaslighter, or that it's like unintentional?
Absolutely.
Tell us more.
It just goes back to like having a vocabulary. Like, no matter what you know, you have to understand that people don't know what you know.
Right.
And vice versa. You don't necessarily know what other people know.
Right.
And you have to give people, it's hard because when we live a long life, you just be like, man, if I know it, then you should know it.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter
That's not a true statement.
that, you know, people had different lives. And so it's just like, even when you like think about like the Black community, we know now that a lot of stuff is mental illness. Oh yeah. But for a long time, it was just, you crazy. That's just crazy. Or that's just how she is. That's how they is.
That's just how she is.
Yeah, and that's just what it is. And so having the emotional intelligence, the vocabulary, the words to get it done, that depends on that person's life. And their upbringing, the awareness of the people around them. Yeah. Like, you may be the first person to make them aware. Yeah. Like, it may be the first time they're hearing these things. And then dealing with these people, like we said earlier, they actually owe you of little memory. Yeah. They actually don't remember. Yes. Are they delusional? Absolutely. Yeah. But that does not take away from the fact that they still don't remember. Yeah. Like, they still don't remember. They're delusional, but they still don't remember. Yeah. So, like, you don't, that's not an excuse, but you do have to have the intelligence and grace to protect yourself with that truth, because that is the truth. Yeah. They sometimes really don't know. They don't remember. And if you're going to deal with it, know that you got the armor to only try to help them. Yeah. But not to love them in a way that means y'all should be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Right, absolutely. Like, you'd have to love them from a distance, but you'd have to, like, again, you'd have to know that you have to carry more of that weight of reality. Yeah. So would you say that gaslighters, are they as bad as narcissists? I just think they're hand in hand. Okay. I just don't see one without the other. Yeah. Like kibbles and bits. Yeah, they're two different words, but they are hand in hand. They definitely correlate. They cross paths. So I'll ask this. Ultimately, narcissists and gaslighting, they are the ultimate manipulators in relationships. But they are so very charming. We all know that. And that's how we... Smart. Yes, all that. Intelligent. Mm-hmm. How can we stop letting the charm fool us into partnerships with these people when the outcome is ultimately going to be all bad? All bad. All bad. You can see it coming from a mile away. Train wreck. I mean, how many car wrecks you trying to get into? Right. That's exactly what it is about. Like, don't in the car. Don't get in. Don't think you can put your seatbelt on and change them. Like, don't. What you want to go through? What you trying to? How much can you take? Because, so how do we stop letting the charm fool us into it? Like, do we? Like, once we see it happening, it's back away right then? Is that how it stops? It's hard for me to give advice on this one because I feel like I've just recently learned a lesson. But, tell us about that lesson. I'm so insecure. Okay. To think, and I'm like, but could I just be learning it wrong because I'm too humble? Okay. Like, could I be learning it wrong? Because again, it's still just that balance of, am I manifesting this or is this communication from God? Like, is this intuition? Okay. Because I would say, you need to leave at the red flag. Yeah, first one. Leave at the red flag. First one. That is what my instinct tells me. That is what my information tells me. That's what... it's logical. And, again, we don't get into this right now. But women are actually logical creatures. We're the logical ones.
Contrary to popular belief.
Like the men are the emotional ones.
Right.
We react with a passion.
Yeah.
But our process is extremely mathematical. Right. Extremely logical.
And everything that we do.
Calculated. Everything is very thought out. So, like, every says, like, look at the red flag. You see it. We giving you all these red flags. We doing that. But then, like, the insecure me is like, man, I don't believe like a narcissist. So could it be me being faithless? Because you don't want to get into that situation where you're so pessimistic.
Yeah.
And you're so logical that it may be something that's
that
not
it causes a blinder.
Yeah, like you just like, nah, fuck it, boom. And you don't give yourself the opportunity to be open to like something good. Yeah. And so I have a... You know, I don't feel like I can give true advice, but then I also learned though, especially with this last person, is that like, actually, you know, like, no, that's communication. Yeah. If you weren't supposed to see it, like, do you have faith in God? If you wasn't supposed to see it, then God wouldn't even let that into your mind. If it was from Him, He wouldn't even let that thought get into your way of accepting it. Yeah. If that's what He wanted. Yeah. He's more powerful. And so I had to think like, man, I was upset myself. I was like, man, do I make this happen? Cause that's how gaslighting affects me. Yeah. I won't ever think that I'm wrong about what I know. Yeah. But I'll be like, man, did I make this happen? Did I mess it? Like, I messed up because I thought it. I made it come. Like, too powerful in that way. Right. And so I would say, like, but actually the truth of the matter usually is, especially when you in tune and when you do everything to, like, make sure you're humbled enough to receive communication. Yeah. You gotta realize, like, on the side note, like, be ready to accept those blessings. I do have that communication. Intuition is something women have. Yeah. We have that. And you have to tap into it. You have to tap into it. You have to understand, like I always say, that those butterflies, it's not butterflies, it's anxiety. You know. Yeah. Like, you know it. Like, you know. Yeah. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, even with anything, you know, sorry if stuff happens to people, but it never fails, even like with physically abusive relationships and things like that. Every time I hear these stories or seen these stories and things like that, every single time, you knew. Yeah, what was about to happen. You knew. Like, you didn't know how it was going to get this way. But you knew. But you knew something was wrong. You knew to leave. You knew to get out. And there was a time you had the power to. And now you done let this shit, because you done convinced yourself that you didn't know. Yeah. And that's mental illness. And that's the same shit. And that's the same shit they doing. So now you a subject of their own poison. And so you have to make... So that means basically we just have to make executive decisions to understand our intuition, know how their charm can affect us, but almost like work to get out at the first red flag. I think these people are not ones I've talked about before, giving grace and the benefit of your doubt. They don't deserve that, because even if they seem like they do in the beginning, they aren't in the end. And I think that you have to trust yourself more than you trust them. Absolutely. Yep. And on that note, we'll be right back with the Living Single segment.
This now brings us to the Living Single segment of the podcast. It's simply a segment where we want to send you good vibes, good energy, and give good advice on any questions that you may have about being single, dating, or relationships. Remember, nothing is off limits. So, welcome to the Living Single segment of the show, and let's get into it.
All right, so this is a question from an Instagram listener for today's Living Single segment. So, this is from a guy. My girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for about 2 years now, and from day one, I've told her that my birthday is a big deal. Ooh, I can relate. I am an only child, so my parents have always made sure my birthday was tight. Last year, my girl didn't even give me a gift. She said she didn't have any money for it. This year, she got me some bullshit that I didn't ask for, and I am over it. Our relationship isn't perfect, but it's not terrible. I don't think I want to leave my girl, but I need to be sure she starts taking my birthday seriously going forward. Montana, what should I do? Don't call me out. I guess maybe you're a follower that knows that birthdays are a big deal in my life. I think ultimately you need to have a serious conversation. I don't know how old you all are. I'm assuming. Well, no, you may be kind of young. I don't know. I think, well, let's say this, regardless of the age, I think you need to have a serious sit-down conversation and directly tell your significant other that my birthday is a big deal. And I'm not sure if you need to get a second job or sell some ass. But I'm playing. But you need to come up with the coinage to ensure that I have a lit birthday and a nice gift. Like, I think if you're in a relationship, it's understood that you're going to buy a gift for your partner. So for her to not get you a gift the first year, she was on some bullshit. And I think the second time, if she got you something you didn't ask for, like she went to the thrift store and got you some bullshit. So I think you need to talk to her about it, because it could be a couple things. One, she could really not give a fuck about you or your birthday. And she on some bald head hoe shit. She out here cheating and she not worried about you. Or two, she just really has no clue. Like, maybe something happened in her life where birthdays are not a big deal. And that's why it's not. So I think it comes down to a conversation. I don't think you should leave just yet. Don't leave over the birthday if it ain't all bad, you know. But conversation for sure to figure out what's going on. And if she is cheating, then yeah, you need to go. Tell her she's spending her money on the other nigga and you ain't got time for it. So what would you say?
I don't know. Didn't you say that he already told her?
But he told it's a big deal. But I mean, maybe he just told her once.
Speaking as somebody who doesn't think birthdays are a big deal, I'm still going to say, because I'm very fair.
Okay.
You got to get what you want. And that's just like, that's a red flag to me. And for that perspective, him, like, if I was in a relationship with somebody who, a man, was crying on his birthday, that's a red flag for me.
Why is it a red flag?
No. Like, no.
What you think, gay? What do you think?
It's just giving me
feminine vibes.
It's too feminine for me. It's too feminine for me.
It's the vibe for me.
It's for me though. Like, it's not a feminine thing to care about your birthday. That is gender neutral. It is not crazy to care about your birthday. Like, I'm not going to say that's feminine to care about your birthday. I'm saying, me personally, I am so alpha feminine that it comes off masculine. Right. So when I'm dealing with dudes, I have to be feminine by comparison. Like, you have to be so something that it makes me feel like a woman completely. So that would be a red flag for me. But at the end of the day, it would be a red flag for me because that's not what I want. Yeah. So if you've already told somebody, like, this is a serious, you already know you're gonna be offended. Yeah. You either be done with it and find somebody who does, because there's people. There's always somebody. Like, don't settle. Yeah. Like, don't settle. There's always somebody that is more like you. Yeah. You know, not always. You may find your person. You may be stupid if you leave too many people. But, like,
she may not be your person.
But yeah, like, if that's really what you believe in, you already done told her, you done spent 2 birthdays already with each other, and she still ain't get it. Like, it's fine. Like, she probably doesn't understand why it's that important. But the fact that she ain't took the time to find out, either adjust or you'll adjust. If you feel like there's more pros than cons, then you need to make enough money. Yeah. So that all she has to do is put in the thought, not the money. Because if she's saying, well, I don't have enough money.
They might be. I hope they're young if they poor.
Yes, what I'm saying. Exactly. Because you shouldn't be in a relationship if you poor.
Brokey.
And grown. Yeah. Like, so.
Yeah, you poor and grown.
Your priorities is wrong.
No room for relationships.
Your priorities is wrong.
I agree. You know, you have to look at it and see if that's your person. I'm a fan of trying to talk it out. But if not, yeah, if you're grown and poor, you don't need to be in a relationship. But if you're young and poor, y'all may need to figure it out. Or somebody need to come up with the
But if y'all young and poor, I would even question, you asking too many questions. Like, be done. You young. Like, go on. Move on. Like, nothing is that serious. You forget about it very soon.
Yeah,
like,
you can move on.
Like, we just talking about, like, niggas will make you forget about other niggas, like, easily. When it's yours, you gonna forget.
Yeah, you'll forget about her.
You gonna get something better, whatever, if you young. But if it's just based off this, I just say, like, nothing is small. Yeah. Little things are big things. Yeah. There's just you know what I'm saying? Like, when something goes bad, the first thing you hear, you smell it before you see it. Yeah. Like, nothing is little. It goes to a bigger situation. Yeah. So if there is something that you are so serious about and you know that's not for you, it's a red flag. Like, talking about back to the narcissist and all that shit. Like, I remember one person, and one of the side effects is, like, there was a point where he started withholding sex.
Oh, God.
Well, I was like, whoa. Of course, I'm, like, gay. But more than anything, I realized from that point, like, that's something small. It's not that big of a deal. We could, like, it's not like I'm against celibacy or anything like that. Like, we don't do rape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not like that is a big deal. But I already know from that, like, look, people who feel like you can withhold or, like, manipulate using sex or going against what we already done said we was doing, not like that, I automatically know. No, that's it.
Snap my fingers, get your ass up out of here.
Like, and so it seems small, but I know that I don't like it. And I know that I will never like it.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be okay if it happens.
Yeah.
And so if this is that big of a deal to you about this birthday, and you know that you're going to get mad every year to the point that if somebody walked in that's not this girl and treated your birthday the way you wanted to treat it, so much so that you're going to cheat,
you need to go.
You might as well go now.
You need to let it go. He ain't gonna treat you.
She ain't gonna treat you.
She ain't gonna treat you the way it feels.
Let it go.
Let it go. All right, so you got your answer there, sir. And if you all want to write in for the Living Single segment, please do so. You can visit www.tobesingleornottobe.com and our Contact Us page, or Instagram or Facebook, and write in your questions. And on that note, we'll be right back with the resolution. So this brings us to the final segment of the resolution, where we're going to have just a quick roundtable discussion on our final thoughts on the topic. So we've uncovered that narcissists and gaslighters are two of the most manipulative types of people on the planet. So the question is, what would be your final thoughts, Bulli, on how one should handle these people in order to keep their sanity if they choose to in a relationship? Or do you say throw the whole relationship away?
Throw the whole relationship away is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
The most important thing is you need to fully know yourself, or you need to do the work before you ever get with anybody, because you will not be able to recognize it. You will not be able to have the equipment to survive these people and not become these people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to understand,
and
you
not
can become these people.
Oh, my God.
Like,
it's like y'all can merge into one.
Right. You will become this. You will be abused or whatever, and all of it's trauma, and the cycle continues. You get kids and you put them in that cycle. Like, you need to do the work yourself, period, before ever merging with another person, because that is the real answer. Because you're going to realize, can I actually do this and actually love unconditionally to the where their toxic ways do not affect me to the point that it will help them? Yeah. Or am I can't even be that strong. Not even that strong.
Not getting involved.
Like, you gotta know, but you won't know that if you're not doing the work before.
Oh yeah, you have to. You have to put the work in yourself.
Before.
You gotta put in work.
So you be ready for that type of enemy, that type of soldier.
You put in the work, I think, and be intentional about it, and be very aware of what's going on. And like we said before, when you see the red flags, you see the issues, move around immediately. Like, don't sit there and think,
or
it's not about
compartmentalize.
Yeah, compartmentalize, like I said. And we talked a lot about the awareness. And when you see certain things, don't try to dismiss it. If you're thinking it's a narcissist, it probably is. And if you see it as such, then you got to move accordingly. And I say, I'm with you. Throw the whole relationship away. Throw the whole relationship away.
Stop wasting time.
And if you are listening and you're in that situation, start working on it now to throw the whole relationship away.
It's really not that hard. Just throw it away.
About alley-oop.
Just stop, block it.
Pop, lock, and drop it. Yes,
unless it's abusive and you need help, please look for resources.
Yeah, look for resources, seriously. But overall, our vote in this situation, the resolution, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Throw the whole relationship away. And on that note, we are so glad to have you back, Miss Carter. Welcome back for season 3. Your opinion is always valued and appreciated. And on that note, we will be right back with the Montana Minute. And now this brings us to the Montana Minute. The first thing, there is a great red table talk on narcissism and the extent of what it looks like, how to handle it, and most importantly, facts about a narcissist that you cannot change. I strongly recommend that you go and take a look at it on Facebook, and I believe they may have clips on their Instagram for Red Table Talk. The next thing, don't feel like a narcissist or gaslighters are just terms that are now being thrown around. They are actual terms and actual people that you need to be fully aware of. And the last thing, if you realize that you are dealing with one of these people, start doing the work now to get out of that toxic relationship so that you don't regret staying so long later. So be sure to follow us on Instagram at To Be Single or Not To Be, and inbox us if you have a topic that you think we should discuss. And now, I leave you to decide, to be single or not to be. That is the final question.